Right, shall we have a go at WEC? Bear in mind that being in England, it's quite impossible for me to view a lot of these fights until quite a while after it's happened. I did try, in fact, last night for the first time because it was over a weekend. I was off work today, but I had no luck, so I'm going to have to go through the play-by-play, but I'm sure you don't mind. Let's begin. Cotty Wheeler versus Will Campuzano. Went to the third round and it goes to Campuzano. Can't even remember who I chose for that one. Let's continue. Another card that went all the way to decision was Eddie Wineland versus George Roop. Wineland wins by decision. All three rounds are scored to him on Sherdog. Mark Hominick versus Brian Caraway. Well, it sounds like it was quite a struggle between the two. It ended in the first round, 3:48 of the first round in fact. They had been sort of fighting to avoid takedowns basically, and Hominick managed to get a triangle, but Caraway sort of got out of that and ended up in an armbar, and that was the end of that. Wagner Fabiano fighting Clint Godfrey. Now, Godfrey is obviously some sort of late replacement because I remember Fabiano being on the card, but I don't remember him fighting that name. I think my prediction still stands. I think I went for Fabiano in the end, and he got the decision. So, other than the Mark Hominick fight, we've had 3 fights so far that have gone all the way to decision. And nothing seems to change in that respect because as we go further, Charlie Valencia and Akitoshi Tamura, Valencia is also the winner of on a decision basis. Sherdog have in fact scored the second round for Tamura. It looks like it was partly to do with a clinch that went a bit wrong for Valencia when Tamura got his back and tried for a choke, and it was a standing choke, but he didn't manage to get it, and that is possibly because time ran out in the round. So I suppose that is probably why they have given that round to him. But Valencia has still been the winner there. Okay, Macken Semizizer doesn't look to have done that well. He has lost a decision here in his fight against Devidas Tori something or other. Sherdog have scored the first 2 rounds for Devidas and the last round for Mackens. There were a couple of slams in the first that didn't seem to do Mackens any good. He also didn't seem to be able to do much in terms of getting submissions, whether he was on the ground or standing up, although he did try, and I think that might have been sort of what cost him the first and second round, because it looks like each time he tries something he ends up getting slammed, and he doesn't manage to pull off the submission. Not so good with Mike Thomas Brown and Anthony Morrison. It looks like it ends very, very quickly, 1:54 in the first round. Let's face it, he is fighting someone who has been the former champion and, in fact, the champion who deposed Faber. Yes, it looks like he gets taken down pretty quickly. and then goes for an RMC. So that's the end of that. Dave Jensen versus Kamel Shaloris. Another one that went all the way to decision. Lots of decisions on this card. It's either over within the first half of the first round, or it goes all the way, by the looks of it. This one they have given to Shaloris. One of the three judges on Sherdog gave it to Jansen, though. As for Uriah Faber versus Rafael Asankeo, Asankeo is another sucker punch fighter. He did much better in his fight, although in the first round, two of the Sherdog judges have given it to Asankeo. One of them gives it to Faber. In the second round, they all give it to Faber. And in the third round, Asankeo eventually ends up in an RNC as well. But it doesn't look like it was that bad of a match for him before that point. So he seems to have done quite well, considering who Faber is in this case.